What's up, guys? This is Hadai7 RCT Gaming, bringing you another video for you guys. I hope you guys are faring well in this beginning of the 2021 year. So far so good, even though there's some weirdness going on. Everybody out there, we're still not out of this, so stay safe and healthy. That said, today I wanted to do a quick video here for you guys because as I was going through some of the stuff that I kind of left behind on the back end of 2020, this one came up, something that was made by Retrogam, and even though he left it on the Discord, and I'm not quoting directly, but this is basically what went on. Close to the holidays, he dropped a personal build that he made, which is based on the Famicom, actual Japanese NES, and he left it there as in his own words, as a present for the guys at PAX Russ. And I have to say I am blown away by it because in its simplicity, it basically covers something that we don't get to see as much as before. And let me be a little bit specific here and go into it a little bit. I have always been a fan of everything, Japanese when it comes to, art, when it comes to manga, anime, video games. I've always been drawn to it. They were, for the longest time, basically the top dogs when it came to games, and they are responsible for my favorite franchises of all times in gaming. So yes, I have a huge deal of respect for the Japanese territory and what they brought to the table when it comes to video games. I know that they are not as prevalent as they were back in the day, but they still produce some of the most amazing games nowadays. So, basically jump starting from this point, I go into this build, which covers basically all the NES, Japanese NES, called Famicom, or Family Computer in Japan. And it goes through a nice collection of Famicom games for you to enjoy. Now I'm gonna run it up here real quick. Now you're greeted by that screen. This of course is made in a track mode. It's not retro FE. So yeah, you get the cleanness of a track mode and all the nice little bells and whistles that come with that if you know how to configure it. And Retrogam, I'm already a fan, have been a fan of his velocity build, which I use a lot nowadays. But this one, even though I'm sort of kind of like trying to push him to make more out of this, to add more to this one, because it's just beautiful. I mean, you have the aesthetics here of the quirky cartridge format that the Famicom had, and the controller, the whole weird, red and kind of like cream color aesthetic of the console. And basically the whole theme goes on by highlighting these aspects, which is awesome. If you're a collector, or if you just love video games and stuff, and you have this is pretty awesome. So just running one of them, because of course, being a huge Castlevania fan, I'm gonna shut up and let this one run so you guys can take it all in. To come in real quick and mention another awesome aspect about this, and is that the games are translated, are fan translated. So you're gonna have a nice little collection of Japanese NES games with the translation, so you don't have to worry about not, understanding what's going on screen. Let's just leave it at that. And of course, it brings you back to the whole simplicity and acknowledgement of how with such limited hardware we had such amazing games. If not graphically, at least you have to have some appreciation for these tunes. So yeah, that was Castlevania, and as we move on, we see a whole bunch of Japanese games that you're gonna spend some time actually going through all of them, and because there are plenty here. There's 366. You probably won't be able to see it because of I think you can see it from the corner. Yeah, 366. So you have a ton of games from that era, from the golden age of NES gaming back in Japan, and you get to see how each game looked in its card form. So it's pretty crazy. I really like this. I cannot thank enough Retrogam for bringing this forward, and I am just hoping that he keeps adding to this, in the same format. Don't change a thing, dude. If you plan on doing anything else, let me know. Give this thing a name, and believe me, I'm gonna be the first supporter in line going forward, because it's really nice. I really like it. Let's go into another one here. Let's see what we can find. Macros. Now, of course, with the whole aesthetic, you have also the bezel, the Famicom special bezel for the games. So for those of you who value that a lot and cannot play a game without a bezel, well, you're going to be happy here. Oh. Nice. Alright, let's check another one before we wrap it up. Now, of course, one of the cool things about having a collection like this is that you can see, the roots of many of the most popular franchises, like this one right here, Contra, where they began, actually. Probably some games that you will see here as well, you will see it on another system, more modern system with another name. And many of the games that you have played probably started off as inspiration from any number of games that began here, in the NES. let's go to something more familiar before we go. Let's say something along the lines of Final Fantasy, for example. We have on the list 2, 3, and 7 actually. Let's run Final Fantasy 2 so you can, of course, completely translate it. So super awesome. And there you have it, classic intro music. So yeah guys, I'm not gonna bore you with any more than I should tell you about this. All I can say is go ahead, go over to the PAX Ross Discord if you are like me and appreciate and really value Japanese games and Japanese, input in general when it comes to the gaming industry. This is something that you should go without, because let's be honest, everything that you find, especially in emulation, usually when you're trying to put something together, you're gonna find listings for either USA only games or let's say UK games. But when it comes to Japanese listing, you see less and less of them being prevalent. It's like people don't really bother with them anymore. So as soon as I see anybody trying to give credit or bring these types of games forward, I'm all over it. So yeah, anything that's Japanese left behind, let me know and I'll give it a go and feature it here on the channel, because I really love this stuff. So that's gonna be all for now, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I will leave the link below so you can go over to PAX Ross and check this out. And until next time, guys, take care, be safe, stay healthy, and please like and subscribe. Take you guys later.